one of the opportunities that I know, and we saw it during the downturn, was the ability to buy properties at trustee sales. So these are sales that are outside of the court system, where a private trustee in Arizona, you can have an attorney, a real estate broker, or a title company service trustee, and they basically sell the property on the courthouse steps after the proper notice and due diligence. And I know, Andy, for our firm, you are the one that primarily acts as trustee for trustee sales. And so why don't you just kind of take us through the process of a trustee sale, what that looks like, and what the opportunities are there with buying property at trustee sales?
Yeah, so a trustee sale, like Sean said, is this out of court private process. It allows for lenders to foreclose their interest that they have through a deed of trust on real property, and to sell the property to recoup what they're owed on their loan. That's basically what that process is. It's entirely non-judicial, so it's done privately, and it's done in the form of or ends in basically an auction. And it can provide the real estate investor some real opportunities, because the legal consequence of a foreclosure, or a non-judicial foreclosure, a trustee sale in this case, is that when it's done, any prior liens, junior liens to the foreclosing lien, are wiped off title to the property. So you, as an investor who buy that property, um, can buy it free and clear of any junior liens. Now, it's important, if you're going to take advantage of that opportunity, to be prepared for the process and what that looks like. So there's a lot of different ways to find out um, what trustee sales are happening, when they're happening, but it's going to require due diligence on you, the investor's part. But the process is basically this: from the point that the trustee notices a trustee sale, which is a recorded document, notice of trustee sale, it's putting the public on notice, the world on notice, that a trustee is happening. They give notice 90 days in advance. The statute requires they give that 90 days in advance. So that is a matter of public record. Typically, trustees will work with some sort of, whether it's their own or some other um, office support, oftentimes will publish these trustee sale dates online, just to prepare the public for when these are going to happen. But of course, it is a matter of public record, and to know when that, as the trustee sale moves forward and gets closer to the day of sale, which can happen in a variety of different places. The day of sale, Sean mentioned, can happen on the or the courtroom steps. It could happen in the trustees' conference room if they wanted to, but they will appoint and direct and give notice of where that's going to be. But there's a process. The investor will bring a check for the trustee of $10,000. And then there's a bidding process. But just jumping back, a week or so, or maybe a couple weeks before the trustee sale, the trustee and the lender together will be working on basically what's called the opening credit bid, the initial price, the opening price of what that property is going to be listed for. And that's the price that's going to give you, the investor, your starting point. But that's not really the end for you as the investor. It's really going to require more due diligence on your part to know what lien is foreclosing. It might not be the first lien. It might be a second lien. It could be a third lien. Um, um, that's not the trustee's job to tell you that. They're giving you notice of the lien, and you may need to. You really should do due diligence as to where that is, and whether the price that you may be getting it at, whether it's the opening bid, and whether that price or some price afterward is going to meet or fall within kind of a price category that you think is valuable.